What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully everyone is having a good day and a good start to your weekend. So we have an update for the film that was getting ready to go into production, Victorian Psycho, which is being based off a novel on the same name, which if it hasn't released already, it should be releasing anytime soon. But as you can see from this headline, it's not looking good for the start off for the production of this film. So Victorian Psycho may have lost star Margaret Qualley. Reports say Margaret Qualley has stepped away from psychological horror film Victorian Psycho days before the production start date. So we've been reporting on this film pretty much since it even became about or became news that there was going to be a film made off the novel. So we first reported we've actually reported on this story a couple of times. First time it broke the news was on November 18th of last year. We then provided an update on December 22nd. And then the last update we had as far as anything to do with this was on January 24th. And that update was specifically around Margaret Qualley was apparently putting in a lot of time with a speech coach to work on her British accent. And again, here we are on March 8th, and now again, just days before production, it seems like now she has stepped away. So, taking a look at the details of this article, we've been hearing that Margaret Qualley would be working with Sanctuary director Zachary Wigan, again on the psychological horror thriller Victorian Psycho, which was scheduled to start filming this month. In late January, Qualley even confirmed that she was working on her British accent in preparation for the film. But now, industry scooper Jeff Snyder reports that Victorian Psycho has lost Qualley just days before it was supposed to go into production. Snyder first dropped this news on the podcast The Hot Mic, then shared it in his The In Snyder newsletter as well. Snyder wrote, "I'm not sure why, though it's possible that a scheduling issue, perhaps with Ridley Scott's The Dog Stars, prevented her involvement." So I think we have a little bit more information down here. We're going to go down and look at some of the quotes. Now we'll have to wait and see who ends up replacing Qualley as the Victorian Psycho, as Wigan is said to be scrambling to find a new star to film. Snyder added, "I was told that the producers, Traffic and Anton, reached out to Charlie XCX as a potential replacement, but from the sound of it, that's unlikely to happen either. Just yesterday we heard that Charlie XCX is up for a role, possibly Jadis the White Witch, in Greta Gerwig's Narnia movie." So the rest of this article just goes on to talk about the synopsis. We have the synopsis here that was originally provided. We're not going to go over that. There's no need to. We've gone over that plenty of times in the last 3 updates we've given on this. Again, it just now goes into talking about as far as who's producing it, individuals, and what companies and studios are also being involved in that production. And we also again have here where it says when this project was first announced, we got the following statement. Again, something we've already gone over plenty of times. So it is. So as you see here, are you disappointed to hear that Mark Qualley has stepped away? I'm not sure if I'm disappointed. I would have liked to have seen her, especially on the heels of The Substance, in another horror film, especially getting so close to the release of that one. I think this could have been a great film for her, because in The Substance, she wasn't really the star, so to speak. A lot of attention was really put on Demi Moore for that role, so she was playing more of a supporting role in that film. So I think this could have been an opportunity for her, especially within the genre, to have the leading role, especially on a novel that has been fairly anticipated to be coming out. And I, for one, love psychological horror films. It's one of my favorite genres. It's not my favorite, but it is one of my favorite subgenres within horror. I do wonder, though, when it comes to things like this, and we saw something very similar Joaquin Phoenix did last year for a film as well. Just days before production was getting ready to start, he just decided to up and walk away from the film, and that left that studio, that director, and everyone involved scrambling to find a replacement. It's same situation here. I do wonder, though, from a contract perspective, what liability that these actors and actresses have when they do this. I would think it would be somewhere in their contract that if you're going to walk away, you'd have to walk away within X amount of time, or there's got to be some level of penalty here, because you got to think the amount of money that might be going into the production of this, getting everything ready, everything set up. everyone's schedule is aligned, and one person, the star of the show, all of a sudden decides, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm out. I'm bowing out. Now, they mentioned in this article as far as a scheduling conflict with Ridley Scott's The Dog Stars. Now, I find that, I mean, that could be part of the problem, but I do find that a bit problematic, because if you've already signed on for this film, and obviously, yeah, some more work comes along, you're probably going to sign for it. But again, you would think you'd be telling that production, group, who's ever head of production in that film, say, hey, I'm working on this film. This is when it starts. Are we able to work some things around for scheduling so I can come in and film my scenes or film whatever I need to film? And if it's a no, then, for me, I think, hey, you've already given your word to, you've already signed the contract for one film, and just to up and leave them in the wind to just go do another one. I mean, I don't know how the details are done with these things, but again, you would think there'd be something in the contract that would keep people, from actors and actresses from doing things like this. And if they still did it, there'd be some sort of penalty involved. But it seems to be, we only have these two examples, but I'm wondering if we're going to start seeing this more and more. Not to say that these are the first two times this has ever happened. I'm sure it's happened hundreds of times. But I would think there'd be some sort of repercussions from doing that when you're leaving, again, an entire production team, staff, everyone in the wind, ready to start in a couple days, and then you all of a sudden decide to bounce. So anyways, everyone, that's going to do it for today's horror news update. Just want to say a quick thank you to all the new and existing subscribers. Thank you all for the support. It is greatly appreciated. But if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and also drop a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you think. Do you think this is Margaret Qualley's leaving? This might be a good change for Victorian Psycho, or do you think the film will suffer from losing her as the star? And could this also possibly delay production much further out than was anticipated? Again, drop a comment in the comment section. Otherwise, we'll see you at the next one. Peace.